Alrighty, we are going to get back to the basics with a phone repair here on this poor unfortunate soul, which the note says, data recovery on possible water damage.
Definite fire damage.
Possible water damage. That's not water damage. Is this a note 8?
No, it's an S6.
Are you allowed to fly with these on planes?
Yes.
So what do you think happened here, Mark?
I think that it got wet and that somehow liquid damage maybe triggered a fire. I mean, I've never seen that before. It seems like
liquid damage triggering a fire?
Yeah. I mean, I've never heard of an S6 just spontaneously combusting. And I know
Let's do a little fire analysis here.
There's lithium in batteries, right? And lithium reacts with water, or does it only react with oxygen?
I don't know, but firecracker reacts with foam.
This looks like it was completely closed up when it caught on fire.
Really?
Yeah, like
let's look at the glass. Yeah, look at the glass.
The wireless charger is melted to the battery. That would have come off if this was open and then he was prying a battery out. And the back glass is burned. Look at that.
Whoa. Wow. Look at that. That is some crazy mess. Jeez. That's some serious char. Hey, you got the back glass off intact. Did it just fall off?
Well, some of the paint didn't stay.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to need a little bit of nail polish to get this back together, to get it acceptable. This could be art. It's kind of cool looking. Look at that. That's kind of a cool thing. Kind of like that.
Send it to that, John, what's his name?
All right, so are you going to try to make it be a phone again?
I'm going to go with no.
Why? It just needs a new battery. Have you tried turning it off and on?
It's going to need a new LCD.
What makes you think that?
The fact that the connector is still in the socket on the board.
Alrighty. And what are you supposed to do with batteries like this? Where do you recycle these?
The chat will tell you.
Okay. Let's see. Where is the chat? Let's find the chat.
All right. So the note says that it might have liquid damage.
Possible.
I'm gonna put the.
Let's let chat decide if it actually has liquid damage or not. It's got earwax damage. I can see that.
So.
I got the battery. Oh, that's not so bad. That's earwax damage. Oh, ouch. How'd that happen?
Excessive heat, I'm gonna guess. It's gonna need a new camera.
Let's move it up so we can see. Ouch. Oof. Ouch. Okay.
Let's see what else. Oh, looks okay over there.
So I think that this phone caught on fire somehow. Is this guy in a fraternity? Do we know that?
He didn't answer his phone, so I don't know.
All right. So
SIM cards leaking through the holes there.
Oh God! It had like a, what's it called when you're bringing cauliflowers up out of your skull?
Oh God! I don't even want to know that.
What is that word? Oh sheesh. So then, this guy suggests something. He says it got wet, so the guy put it in a bag of rice and then put it in the microwave to speed up the process.
Oh, hey.
That's a valid idea.
Yeah.
Microwave damage? Could be.
Could be.
I was thinking that it caught on fire and then he threw it in the toilet.
No, it's definitely not toilet damage.
What is that stuff?
I don't know.
Are you wanting to wear gloves?
I'm going to wash my hands.
Nah, man, I'm fine. That's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
So, have you tried turning it off and
on? I've not tried to turn it on yet.
I think you should just see if this board just works. Maybe it's just superficial. It's a flesh wound.
Yeah? You want to do that? You
want
to hook it up to the old DC power supply and see what happens?
Yeah, I do.
All right.
Yeah. All right.
All right, I'm disconnecting that camera. There's definitely a short in there.
A short in the camera?
Oh yeah.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
Let's see
There
what
we
you're
go.
doing here.
All right. So I'm gonna.
Let's look at this kind of macroscopically. It's fine. It's a little bent. A little bendy. Is that okay?
I mean, usually it's you don't want it to be,
All right.
but it's no iPhone 6 Plus.
It's no iPhone 6 Plus.
All right. So I guess we'll do your thing you want to do.
All right, we're gonna do our thing. How about you pass the mouse over here so I can control?
Yeah.
the
How about
scenes?
that?
I'll be in charge. Alrighty.
I'm the star, not the director.
Okay. Yes. So, what did you end up getting Cecilia for Christmas?
We did not get each other things for Christmas this year.
Oh, we tried that. We tried that as well. We were gonna do. Did you hear my idea to do the Christmas letter? I thought this was a good idea. Didn't work out, but that rather than just get more crap that like rather than play a game of guess what I might like that I haven't already researched and bought myself. I mean that's impossible for Jeff.
Right? Is there anything he hasn't already bought?
No, absolutely not. I mean, every time Mark comes up to the course, there's another episode of hey, look, this is shit Jeff bought.
Yeah.
What was it that he bought this time?
Like every type of weird LED flickering light bulb.
Oh yes, the flickering.
See which ones he likes the best.
The haunted house flickering light bulb, and then he combined that with the old lady.
And then the King George fighting the dragon print shoes.
Yes, didn't see that one coming. You know what's funny in the things.
I saw that one coming. I saw those when I got my shoes, and I was like, I bet Jeff would like those.
I just got those right.
Yeah.
You know what's really funny? In the shit Jeff bought category is the king of all things that Jeff has ever bought is the life-size Harambe statue.
Yes, I love that.
Now that is currently
he's not out in the cold.
Snow. Yes, he is.
Oh my God!
He's covered with snow, and you can't help but to look at this just life-size Harambe and think, man, the real Harambe would not want this.
You need to give him a jacket.
Yeah, we do. Yes.
Get one of the old kids' jackets. Put it on him.
All right. That's a pretty shitty soldering job on the connector. Yeah, I don't think that untrained microwave or flames is really that great at soldering. What do I know? So here's a question for chat that Mark brought this. This is what Mark said last night. He said, while I'm in New York this time, don't let me leave without bringing home some cheese curd. Is it cheese curd or curds?
Cheese curd. Well, curds. I mean, there's multiples in the package.
Cheese curd back to Florida for Cecilia. And I don't understand how that is any different than him saying, don't forget to bring back some spoiled milk for Cecilia. Just the top part.
Well, to me, cottage cheese is closer to spoiled milk than cheese curd is. Cheese curd is just little chunks of cheese.
So is cottage cheese. What's the difference between cheese curd and cottage cheese?
It's not wet. It doesn't
look wet.
Yeah, it doesn't look like cheese that you've eaten and then thrown back up.
I gotta see this stuff.
It's just little chunks
What's the difference between cheese curd and yogurt?
It's made out of cheese and yogurt's made out of yogurt. I can't believe you've never seen cheese curd.
Where do you get cheese curd?
At any grocery store in New York?
Like next to the yogurt?
In
between the sour cream?
Next to the cheese.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
They have like a whole section of different flavors of cheese curd at Wegmans. They like they have like garlic cheese curd. All right, what am I need these. That's what I'm looking for.
Oh, do you want to use the new ones?
No. Do they have better alligator clips? Because that's all I need.
Maybe.
The new ones don't come with Samsung plugs.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You checked?
Yep.
All right. Cottage cheese plus Nando's hot sauce plus butter and toast. I cannot understand. I do not understand why anybody ever would intentionally put capsaicin or any derivative in their mouth, period.
You don't like spicy stuff at all?
Hell fucking no!
Oh man, that's spicy's good.
Why would you injure yourself on purpose? Why would you take something like perfectly good, like cottage cheese and toast, and then put something on it that is designed for pain? I mean, why not just sprinkle some like shards of glass?
I do want to try one of the new ones.
Oh, okay. All right, where'd you put them?
They're in a big stack over there on the intake.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
And we are going to end up being here for an hour.
No, we're not. No, we're not. We're going to be done because we have to go buy some cryptocurrency.
I gotta go buy and sell some Ripple.
I gotta go do my trades. All right. I'm happy to tell everybody.
Night trader.
Night trader. Black goes in the negative one.
Yeah.
I'm happy to tell everybody that I have officially climbed out of my my bad trade with goddamn Justin Sun and his piece of shit Tron. If I ever see that guy, I'll kick him in the nads for sure. So this was funny today. So
okay, we have no short. So
no short. It's ready to boot. Let's get a screen. We're just gonna recover this. We're just gonna plug it in. It's gonna be fine. There you go. DC power supply says that it is hanging out at 420 milliamps.
Yeah.
What's getting hot? Put it in your face. Come on. Be a professional.
It's got all the shields on it still, so I'm not feeling anything in particular.
All right.
I'm just gonna pull the chip off it. How about that?
All right. I mean, you know, if you don't think it can be a phone again, I guess.
It seemed like a good candidate, but I'm gonna call it.
Time of death. Is Mark growing a beard? Mark's already grown a beard. Mark's grown his monthly beard.
It's my 6 month. Like I shaved a couple of months ago. I think I shaved in December at some point, and then I'll shave again in June.
Wait, what? Like it's really a thing like that?
Twice a year, yeah.
Why?
And haircut too.
What?
But I didn't have time to get my haircut.
Mm-hmm.
I usually do that and the shave at the same time, 2 times a year, just because I don't care. So like it's more of a.
You don't want to have manscaping on the calendar and have to.
Right, like I'm not gonna get up and shave in the morning. That's crazy. And you can't shave in the afternoon. And it's pretty much once my hair starts to get to where it hangs into my eyes, then
kind of like now.
Then it starts to bother me. So then I get it cut.
Well, why don't you just go bald so that you can,
because you have to continue to be bald.
Do you?
Well, I mean, I don't know. Is it? I guess for some people you don't have to do anything. But I would assume if I wanted to be bald, I would have to shave my head, right? Isn't that how it works?
Well, yeah, but then it would just kind of grow back, kind of like it does now, I think.
Right.
Like,
so
have you ever had a bald head?
No.
Don't you want to just try it?
I mean, I get it.
You could be one of those really tough-looking dudes.
Honestly, I've always been afraid that my head will be lumpy.
I think everybody's head is lumpy.
Yeah, well, I don't want to be a lumpy-headed bald guy.
All bald-headed guys are lumpy-headed bald guys.
I mean, like, no, some of them have like round. You know, Carl Pilkington from the Ricky Gervais show.
Which one is he?
He's the round-headed fucking monkey man. Oh, you gotta see some of this.
I think I've seen it, but I think I was listening to it, so I'm not totally sure.
It was. That guy is. He's the like one that says the stupidest things.
I think you should go for like this total Mr. T look, just to kind of shock Sunday, just like show up.
I'm pretty sure Mr. T had a very specific haircut that was not bald.
Yeah, you should get that haircut, and then get some gold chains. And and here's why. Because I think that when course week comes, I tend to kind of bleed over time a lot, and I'm not good with like kicking everybody out on times that we can not be here at 10:15. So if you had more of a Mr. T presence, then I think you could just like kind of pop up from back there and be like, "Get the fuck out!" And then I think everybody would just leave. I think this is,
Oh, hey, look.
Oh, okay, we gotta take this off.
our battery fire reflowed.
Oh God!
Reflowed
Jeez.
CPU.
Wow! Damn.
Yeah.
Hey,
And also the UFS.
That makes me a liar.
That's the memory right there.
Yeah.
So now I'm a little bit worried that maybe it did experience excessive heat, but they can. Wow, it's everywhere around there.
So how hot is a fire compared to?
From what I've read, lithium will burn close to 1,000 degrees.
Fahrenheit?
I think it might be Fahrenheit.
All right. And now, what's the maximum heat that you've ever put on one of these chips?
I am not good at the Fahrenheit Celsius conversions in my head.
All right. Well, let's look it up. No one is.
But I have put 400 on them to see if it would work,
400 Celsius.
And they can withstand that, at least for a cycle or two.
All right, so this will be a great experiment in how hot is too hot for the UFS chip. All right, let's see. So 400 degrees Celsius in Fahrenheit.
Where's that red?
752. This is going to be like really testing the boundaries. Now let's look up. What is...
Where's the red board holder? The newer Fine Fix one you got to try out?
At the house.
Oh.
Well, we do have an exciting Omnivice ready to go.
The Omnivice.
Don't talk bad about the poor Omnivice. All right, lithium fire temperature. All right, so we know that the auto ignition temperature of pure lithium is 355 degrees Fahrenheit, while temperatures in cargo holds where a fire has been suppressed can reach the 400 to 1,000 degree Fahrenheit range. All right. Now, what's that in Kelvin? I think we should just convert all temperatures to Kelvin. That would be really hilarious.
What I started doing on my YouTube channel when people ask for temperatures. I give it to them in Kelvin.
Let's do that. I want to look that up. So I solder at...
I remember it being something like Celsius plus 100 or something.
Let's find out. I'm going to find out my soldering temperature.
It was like it follows Celsius. It's just off by the same amount.
I solder at 653 degrees Kelvin. See?
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure if you adjust that, it adjusts both of them by the same amount. So if you make that 390, it'll be 663.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. 660. Now what? So what temperature do you use when you're soldering? I think do you run around 648 Kelvin?
It depends on what I'm soldering. So it ranges between like 630 and 680 Kelvin, probably.
Oh man!
All right, where's our chip removal
Celsius
tool?
and Fahrenheit are the same, minus 40.
Minus 40. I think it's minus 40.
I don't know about that. Extra balls out of the CPU means more Bitcoin mining. Yes. Can we sell those? Can we exchange solder balls for Bitcoin? Where's the exchange for that?
No, we need to figure out how to make a mesh network of all these iPhone CPUs and put them to work mining Bitcoins.
Oh shit. Here's my funny crypto trade story of the day. My funny crypto trade story of the day. One of our buddies posts who's new into crypto, supposedly investing, probably trading, has this post today, and he goes, I know you're not supposed to buy on the uptrend, and there's this big green candle, it's gone up by 10%. Should I buy this anyway? I'm really tempted to buy it anyway, or should I wait? And a bunch of people in this group were like, well, if it's making higher highs and higher lows, there's plenty of volume, I don't see why not. And I said, absolutely not, because if it's gone up that much that quickly, then if it does go up more, then that would definitely be a pump. And pumps are followed by dumps. And so everybody that's on these green candles down here at the bottom that wake up and see, hey, holy shit, this thing, went up massively. That came up pretty well. they're gonna all sell. You know, so if you had bought it yesterday, and you see that it's gone way up today, wouldn't you sell? I would probably, you know. So the people that's gonna be left holding the bags are all the people that buy near the top. And then when it dumps, they're gonna be left kind of waiting for it to recover, filled with regret. I knew I shouldn't have done that. I don't know why I did that. Oh my God, I hate that I did that. And then they're gonna be stuck waiting for it to recover for days or even weeks to just kind of get back to breaking even. And they're gonna miss out on all kinds, we can't see it, on all kinds of minor trades. Move it up so you can see your chip. There you go.
Is that good?
Pulling up your shiz. And so that's what I posted about that. And then what was hilarious about that story is that later I was looking back at that same post, and the actual coin he was talking about is this one called Red Pulse, which is kind of a competitor to the Tron stuff maybe. And I was like, holy shit, Red Pulse, that's the one thing that I happened to buy yesterday. Oh, look at that, it must have gone up. So I click over there, because I don't usually buy on the KuCoin exchange, but I did recently start. So I look over there, holy shit, it really has gone up by like 64% since yesterday when I bought it, you know. So then it was hilarious that I was like, oh, by the way, I'm going to sell this now and become a red candle myself. All right, that's pretty funny. Shame on you for streaming while I'm trying to be productive, says Aaron Summers, who I can tell right now is a cheese curd eater. Now, what is all this stuff? They always have this whole, what is that? It looks like bathtub caulk.
Well, this is Samsung's underfill. As you can see, it's much easier to work with.
Like, that's nice. They use bathtub caulk for underfill. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
You just kind of like caulk it in place instead of epoxy it. Right.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I like it. All right. What ship is that you're working on? No, this would be hilarious if we already had that ship kind of, you know, overlay for OBS.
The SS iPad Rehab.
Yes. Yes. You know, a bunch of people, when I asked for green screen ideas, were like, you should be on a ship with like a fan and have it be kind of like rocking, you know. That'd be pretty cool. We can't see you again. That camera's you have to be like up in order to be able to see it.
I hate your camera.
I know. It was perfect this morning, and then something happened.
and then you tried to adjust your shitty articulating arm.
A strobe light video. Well, that'd be something.
This is to raise epilepsy awareness?
Raising epilepsy awareness. Yes. As of late, I've been able to use my blockchain wallet because the network usage has been so high. I guess he means unable to use his blockchain wallet. Let's see. I never deal in curds, just blocks. Ah! Josh! Josh is on the stream! Yes! Josh, we tried to call you. We tried to call you 2 times.
Oh, that's this
Here comes
Josh?
Again, I'm sending this because I hope Jessa sees it. But I'm the one who sent the phone in, and she can ask me about the phone.
Yes, give us the story.
We tried to call you.
Yeah,
can we call you right now on stream? We want to call you up. We want to hear the story of this. We want to call you. We're gonna call you, Josh. Answer your phone this time. All right, this is gonna be awesome.
He can't. We're working on it.
What do you mean? Oh yeah. Answer your other phone. All right, let's see. This is going to be awesome. All right, here we go. We need to know what the story is here. He's going to be like, I'm not going to be on speakerphone on stream.
Yeah.
Hi, Josh. Yes. All right, tell us. What happened to your phone?
No, it wasn't my phone.
Your friend's phone. Yes.
Yes, it was in a phone. It was the phone of someone who was involved in a head-on crash in the pole.
With a what? A bull?
Yeah, like their car.
He said a pole?
Oh, I thought you said bull.
No! Why would I say that?
I don't know, like some kind, like you're friends with a bunch of cowboys or something. I don't know.
Is the person okay?
No.
Is the person okay?
No.
Oh.
No, they died.
Oh.
Okay, well that definitely changed. That puts a whole new
Yeah,
jump on this.
now this
Alright, so,
became suddenly very stressful.
And then I was given the phone after Jack saw what you see is what I thought.
Yeah.
So you can probably figure out something from that.
Yeah, I mean, this phone's clearly been on fire, but the fire seems to have come from inside the phone rather than, it wasn't open. Like, the phone seems like it was closed. One of the ideas on stream was that it had been, like, put in a microwave or something like that, but we're going to rule that out now, given new information here. And, let me take this off so we can watch what Mark's doing. Have you been watching the stream? So this phone got extremely hot, and there's solder balls that were kind of like popping out of the chip that has the data on it. So we're hoping that there wasn't so much heat that it actually destroyed the chip in a way that can't be read. But we'll see. So did you know this guy? Is he a friend of yours? Or
yeah, it was someone from my church.
Well, that is a really sad story. Well, hopefully we can, get some stuff off of this phone. No pressure, Mark.
Yeah.
We'll definitely do our best.
Hopefully.
All right. So, do you have any other details that you want to share with all of the live stream folks, or no?
Not that would actually benefit the repair of the system.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, then stay tuned, and Mark has got the chip off, came off really nicely, and he's getting it all tinned up, and we're gonna put it in a reader, and we'll see if it can read it. Alrighty?
And I will definitely keep watching.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks for taking the call, Josh.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
Okay, bye. Oh, sad trombone.
Yeah, that's
definitely not the
story I was hoping for.
Yeah. Well, see now, aren't you glad that we decided to do free rush on this one and get him an answer?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. All right. Let's see.
So,
anyway, we can zoom the camera out a smidge so it's easier for him to keep it in frame.
I wish that we could, but Jessa doesn't use a Barlow lens, so that's not possible.
All right. Let's see.
All right. Well, so I've tinned all the pads. They get oxidized when you remove the chip. Removed all the underfill. Now I'm going to put the old stencil on it and reball it with some 0.3 balls, which remind me I need to order some more of these balls.
Cheese curd and balls on the list. Gotcha.
Yeah, cheese curd and balls.
Okay. Need cheese curd and balls. Has Jessa tried a 0.7x? You know what? I don't know about the rest of you guys, but I have a terrible time ordering things from AliExpress and then forgetting about it. And then, like, I ordered a 0.7x Barlow lens long enough that it should have been here by now. And so it's kind of I gotta check on that. Last time I had that thought, I'd ordered a whole bunch of stuff that, I ended up contacting the seller and they're like, yeah, we think DHL lost it, so file a claim. And it's like too late to file a claim. So you put flux there on the center, is that to keep the stencil in the...
Yeah, it's to help keep the stencil aligned.
Alrighty. Okay.
And it's also it'll flow out towards the pads and help the balls stick to them.
Alrighty. So do you ever use paste or always use balls?
I always use balls.
Ball lover.
Yep.
At some point, I think we should add chip off Samsung to the course.
Yeah.
We need to make like an extended course, like instead of a 5-day, like an 8-day, that has kind of like the weekend that does things like specialty repairs and... What are you doing?
Getting those balls back in there. I don't have...
You gotta preserve your balls.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of these left. I'd say that's enough for, with the amount that I waste, probably 6 more chips.
Okay. Alright. Shame about the 0.7x getting lost. I got mine from AliExpress. Actually, let's check on that. I might have bought it from Microscopy. In fact, I think I did. And this was around Christmas time. Because I also bought a set of slide specimens that also didn't show up. I'll go look into that right now. Let's find out. Let's see what kind of confirmation. If I just type in the word Bardo. That's pretty old. It wasn't that old. Well, let's go check the AliExpress orders. Alright. So Mark, have you seen what I can do here with chat? Look at this. Dun, 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 dun.
I did see that.
Now
Your little heads-up display.
You can read it on the little old person screen. Looks like that stencil has had a lot of use. What's the best way to clean underfill after removing the NAND on the iPhone 6? I think everybody has their own way. I personally find it to be somehow zen-like and fulfilling to just sit there with 200 degrees and my little thin green tweezer and just scrape it away. It's just kind of like this, it's the satisfying feeling that you get if you have a white ceramic pan that you cook like blackened chicken in and it's totally destroyed. And then you scrub it and it starts to come up. And then you scrub it and you scrub it and then finally you get every speck of the burnt blackened chicken off the pan and it's beautiful white again. There's something satisfying about that, I think. In a way that, cleaning shit stains off a toilet are just not the same. Alright. Owl pellets are shit. Owls vomit them back up, right?
Yes.
I don't know. Sam had to dissect owl pellets.
Yeah, I mean,
great.
it's basically just like mouse bones and fur.
Okay. Alright. Baking soda and hot water. Alright.
Man.
Hot magma is good at underfill removal.
Yeah, I prefer the tweezers and 200 degrees method too.
Yeah. Is this very precious data that's on this phone he's recovering? Well, we just talked to Josh, who sent the phone in, and we were doing a whole lot of joke making at the beginning of the screen, which got dried up when we found out that this is a phone that belonged to someone who perished in a head-on collision with a pole, and this was his phone. So usually we see a lot of cases that are sad cases like that, like this, and in general, it always brings some peace to a family to find out anything they can about the time leading up to the accident. We had a tragedy here, a local tragedy, similar kind of thing, where a young guy died a few weeks ago on snow, where he had also slid his car into a pole. And what was sad about that one is that, this was him sliding his car into a pole on snowy roads, and that his Facebook, like the last post that he had made, had been, "Can't wait for the snow Friday night," and a picture of somebody racing a car on snowy course. And so it was just like, oh man, because usually guys that are kind of like race car drivery guys tend to be pretty safe. Who's more likely to crash a car into a pole, me or a guy that is really into cars? It would be me. All right. Now this is like playing one of those games that you used to get out of the 10-cent crane at Marty's Playland.
Yeah,
Were you good at those?
This is like, you know, the little water games where you have to get the rings on the things?
Yes, the little pushy
that's
thing.
that's what this is.
Yes. Were you good at those?
Yes.
Yes. So that's what you should get for Max. Like old school. Let's look that up.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That seems like something you should be able to pick up at any given time at Dollar Tree.
At any given time at Dollar Tree, yes.
Like any time of year.
All right. Mark it 012 with me watching you and Lewis. I've been wanting to get into this sort of stuff. And the awesome thing is that last year for my birthday, I got a wild PCS.
Oh, God.
Boo. Sad trombone.
I'm sorry.
Station. Sorry for your loss. All right. Okay. The ring game was always fun, but hard. Yes, we had a small joy yesterday. We went to the bowling alley, and on a rare case, I let the girls have 50 cents to put into the play until you win little candy crane.
Can you hit that to 410%?
410%.
410 is fine, and then 10%. All the way down.
I'm going.
It's at the end.
It's right above 9.
You can't go to 9.
What?
You can't go to 9. Somebody needs to learn her a hot air station.
I don't go to no 10. I go to 23.
Well, apparently you don't reball chips with balls.
I don't reball them with balls. Are you sure you got a ball there at kind of the 1,
Yes,
2, 3,
it's
4,
the
5,
light.
6, 7,
It's the light. It's there.
All right. I mean, I don't want to tell you how to do your job. So, all right. 410%. Yes. So the girls got to do the play until you win candy crane. So it's Betsy's turn. She throws a little crane out, gets nothing. She's bummed out, but you can play again because you play until you win. So she throws it out again, and she gets like a Smartie. What do you need?
Flux.
Flux. You need to go get your flux?
Oh, no, I got some right here.
That's like yeah, it's not the Amtech, you know.
Yeah, I know. It's going to be a pain in the ass when I want to clean this later.
Okay. So then she gets a Smartie, which means she wins 50 cents for one pack of Smarties, game over. However, the thing didn't realize that she had gotten Smarties, and it let her go again.
Oh.
Yes! And then she got like a gumball. So, and then when I kind of knew it was like, yeah, it's okay. It's a little sensor on did I just drop candy down the chute is kind of weak. So, Maisie's turn. She got to go like 4 or 5 times.
Oh, nice.
Great day, fantastic day. Just you can't have a better day than that. Can't get lucky.
Ah, shoot. There we go. I had slid off of my
I
pads
saw
a little
that,
bit.
but
Can I get a couple more percents up there?
Okay. You want to go closer to 23%. That's what I recommend. You're a little hot there at 405, but all right. You can call for temp or percent.
No, I think we're good now.
All right. All right. Do you guys think fixing TVs for a living is worth getting into? Probably not.
Probably not, yeah.
You know, I think that a lot of TVs are going to need new LCDs, which are about the price of a TV. And they take up a lot of space, and so your queue would have to be in a warehouse.
All right, let me get some more percents.
All right. So this game is like, when I am doing this, in my mind, I'm thinking this is a daycare and it's nap time. And I got all these little kids that want to get rowdy and play, and they need to stay in their cribs and go to sleep.
More percents.
Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put you right at 23 like I use.
I would say you could go up to like 30 something now.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go. That's the stuff.
What goes in through your mind? What are your thoughts when you're watching little bobbleheads pop up and down here? Whack-a-mole?
I wish my balls would drop.
I wish my balls would drop. I wish my balls would drop. Hi-ho the dairy-o, I wish my balls would drop. The cheese curd stands alone. The cheese curd
Alright,
stands
come
alone.
on guys. You can do this.
Yeah, you got one of the kids is misbehaving. He's the guy that's talking during nap time.
I'm going to have to place a couple of these manually.
Well, that one's not down.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to have to place a few of these manually.
Why? Why don't you just make him go down?
Because I'm tired of that.
Well, alrighty then.
I'm not playing games here.
Alrighty then. Don't mess with the cheese curds. Parts Changer says he sees more power supply issue with TVs and screen issues, but they're so cheap now it's not economically viable to repair.
Yeah, that was my thought, is that
tough thing.
most TVs besides the newest, most expensive ones are going to be cheaper to replace than fix.
Yeah. I mean, it was really tough. That giant TV that Sam bounced a remote into.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally destroyed. You know, not cool.
Alright. Oh, I'm not even in the thing.
You were for most of it.
Okay.
What kind of percents are you going to now?
You gotta go back down. It's your nozzle's all
My
jacked.
nozzle's not round. I don't like a
No.
round nozzle.
No, you don't.
I don't like it round. You need
Ah,
to tame
no.
that ball. You need to tame that kid. You need to get that kid. You need the green.
Shit.
Green tweezers.
Yeah, no, I need to bring my tweezers out. I forgot to bring my tweezers.
Well, just
no,
order
I
them.
did.
I'll go
I
get
did.
them.
They're right here.
Wow.
Fuck.
Your magnetic tweezers?
Yes, but that's okay when I'm doing this. So now I gotta.
Don't hit more than that one ball.
Oh,
You gotta spooge.
yeah. Now I gotta do
Spooge
2
ball.
of them.
There
Shit.
you go. Ball attraction.
All right.
You gotta keep your balls tidy and in order.
Yeah.
You can't let them just do their own thing.
Yeah. You gotta show them who's boss.
Yeah. 2 kids had to go to the principal's office.
Okay. Now there's too much flux, and my balls are swimming. And as soon as I come over here with hot air, they're gonna swim away.
You gotta put them in a corral. How do you get four balls off?
I have 3 balls off.
Okay.
Well, I have 4, but that one has a ball on it that I gotta heat up.
Okay.
That was close.
That was close.
There we go.
Ding! I think, have you posted one of these to, what's that Reddit that's oddly satisfying or something like that? I think this watching those things suck on there, ding! That's oddly
yeah, that
satisfying.
is. That really is.
Yes. Here, where's your phone? I'll take a video so that
No.
you can get Reddit Gold. This is Reddit got Reddit Gold written all
Hey,
over it.
I've gotten Reddit Gold a few times for posts in mobile repair.
I've gotten Reddit Gold one time for Ask Me Anything.
Lewis probably
But-
did that.
Huh?
Lewis probably did that.
Lewis didn't pay money. Are you kidding? You know him at all? Hell no. I wonder how his training is going today. I wonder what he's going to say when I tell him I bought Red Pulse. Oh, I hope he bought it. If he didn't, that's going to be hilarious. Actually, I really shouldn't tell him because I sent him $300 worth of Bitcoin when he was waiting on his so that he could kind of start trading. Mm-hmm. If I tell him, I bought Red Pulse today, then he'll be like, great, then I'm keeping your Bitcoin.
Yeah.
That's how that's going to go. For sure. Here comes Alex. Alex Canty, ask him all your mining questions, Mark. So Alex, ever since we talked about mining, I installed NiceHash, and super easy, didn't have to do anything. And my desktop at home, which normally, just kind of sits there, and now it's just sitting there chugging along, $5 a day. It's made $30.
That's what Alex explained to me how NiceHash is able to use a desktop PC and produce more than it consumes in electricity.
Yeah. Explain that to Mark. Mark doesn't
I don't understand.
Believe that. Did you not see the thing? It says NiceHash, $30, $5 a day.
I didn't see that thing.
What? Well, the real question is how shitty was Crypto Data. Crypto was awesome today. I got back out of my Tron hellhole with sitting on a whole shit ton of air on today. And Chris Long, did you see that post in Crypto Group about David asking about, should I buy this RPX? Which I didn't know what RPX was. And so I answered that and told him no. And then I'm like, wait, RPX, Red Pulse, that's the one I bought yesterday. So I go check it. Super up, it's like 50 or 60% up. All right, so you're trying to read the card or read the chip.
Yeah, but the software did not detect the reader.
So pending.
Yeah, we're getting there. So,
all right, so
I'll let you know.
No news. Okay. All right. I saw RPX was the one Lewis said to buy a week or so ago. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. But we're not going to tell him anything about that. All right. Alex Canty says NiceHash is an AIO miner software, and they auto-change to profitable altcoins, and they trade them on back-end and pay out in common cryptos simplified version. What's going on over here? Technical.
I may need to reboot.
May need to reboot. All right. All right. So, did that make sense what he said?
I honestly did not pay attention to that at all.
Okay, fine.
So while we're rebooting, what was it?
All right, this is what Alex said.
It's an all-in-one miner software, and they auto
Oh, that's what all AIO, all-in-one. Oh, got it. Auto change to profitable altcoins, trade them on the back end, and pay out in common cryptos. Simplified version.
Was that not my guess that you're mining for other people and they're doing the work to figure out which ones are profitable.
Right.
So
however,
that makes sense.
The answer is it is absolutely super easy to make more money than electricity costs doing nothing. So let's set all these fuckers up to fucking mine. What the hell? And then start mining on this thing. Because which one's streaming? That one? Alright, this thing's going to be a fucking...
Why don't you get the little mining boxes and just set all those up to work on NiceHash?
Well, you'll be shocked to know that for about a 15-minute window of my obsessive crypto hobby, because Jessa is researching the Pantolin miner, which is a, kind of like around here, like that's a janky CNC machine compared to real CNC. The guy from Detroit where he's fixing CNC boards, he would probably laugh if he saw the board that's in that thing. Just like that, you could be like, hey, do you want to do Loca? Buy this Chinese machine. Press one button, 100% Loca, bro. Like these kind of like Chinese machines. So they've got one that's like the China miner, the Chinese ant miner, called Pantolin miner. So I was like, oh, that sounds really interesting. The ant miners are what, like $6,000, $9,000, something like that. This thing was like $1,200. Like, this sounds like a great idea. So I'm reading about it on all these forums and stuff, and then it says something like, this thing is as loud as an airplane, and the power consumption is 3,200 watts. Jesus Christ! Yes, I was just like, okay, I'm not gonna install what amounts to an airliner engine in the house to $93. Yeah, so I hit the cash out on that. All right, so we didn't do that. All right, nice hash, all-in-one type places typically steal shares. Of course they would. All right. What's wrong with the CNC machine? I never see you use it, Jessa. A, it doesn't work right now. Otherwise, we would. We would have used it today. We're gonna, its perfect, ideal use is to drill out the iPhone 7 Plus SD RAM. So I kind of set out to do that the other day. And are you doing a ball examination?
Yes.
Mark, I think your balls look nice.
They all look good except for
nice looking balls.
that guy right there. It's a little wonky.
A little wonky ball.
Yeah.
All right. The ant miner was $1,500. Alright, a lot of coins get pumped and dumped. Yes, they do. Stay away from them. Panty liner miner. What? Alright. Well, in summer, Paul Daniels uses 50 kilowatt hours a day. Weak ass balls, bruh, says Chris Giant Balls Long. Chris Long Balls Long. Alright, we're doing data recovery. Yes, we are doing data recovery on an S6 that we talked to the guy who... oh shit, what happened to this... What did we do here?
What do we do?
I don't know.
Oh, because it was on the microscope camera and it's not pointing.
And the microscope camera's pointing at the ground. Okay. Alright. What's going on over here?
The software crashed just now.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. And again, I don't have a no good chip with me to top in and confirm that it's not the cable.
Does that stuff kind of give you trouble in general? Like,
Sometimes I've got to like put it on the shelf just right and then not touch it while it does the read.
okay. So, on a chair might not be...
See,
What's all this dinging?
it's the software not opening or like throwing errors, and then I can't even read the errors because it's not like programmed to be displayed correctly on a 4K screen. Login failed, operation timeout. So it's like,
You got the wrong password, bro.
no, it's maybe,
How about a table?
yeah.
Alrighty. Table sounds good. Alright, what's wrong with a pump and dump?
Prog master order init failure.
What? Alright. Never seen a man so sure about dry balls. Alright. Can someone please help me with my problem? I mean, look at this. I think we should stop everything and help Amin or Roof with his problem, which is that he has an iPhone 6S, which has a battery draining issue. I have checked voltage, and it's normal, and have replaced TriStar and battery, but still same. Please help. figure out what the problem is and solve it by troubleshooting. That's the only answer. All right, yeah, there you go. Have a board problem or technical question? Go to forum.mendonipadrarehab.com. There, we will take the time to ask you specific questions and kind of hold your hand a little bit and make sure you're doing everything right, and you can get some real help. All right. Okay. If I were to do some grinding practice, should I start with an A6 or A7 based parts board? Grinding meaning using a CNC. You should start with whatever mold board CNC you have. Which I think ours goes to the iPhone 6. What's in here right now? What's in here right now is iPhone 5S, which just kind of goes to show how much use this thing gets. And then we've got our iPad Airs. iPhone 4 series. Okay. Pretty sure that somewhere we have a thing for iPhone 6. Pretty sure. Alright. Uh-oh, 10:57. Told the kids that I would be home at 10. I'm in your roof. Get a new phone. That's pretty fun. Okay. Nope, no CNC. No, then do whatever. It doesn't really matter. Practice on the oldest thing around, 4S. It doesn't matter. You're just, trying to practice grinding stuff by hand. It doesn't really matter. Alrighty. So for those of you just joining the stream, we'll show you this phone. It did not come in good shape. This is the LCD. A little crispy. There we go. So Mark has taken the board out. So this one was questionable because we could see solder balls from the heat popping out of CPU and the UFS chip with the data in it. Mark took the chip off. That seemed to go really well. Mark took the underfill off. That seemed to go really well. And then Mark has reballed it. And, as far as whether or not this chip can be read, it's really just kind of up to the chip. So right now, Mark seems to be struggling with, Chris Long says, looks good, just needs good buffing. Buff that right out. I actually thought the back of it was kind of...
Prog Master Order Initialization Failure. See, I've never seen that error before.
You want to install it on a different machine?
No, it's...
I thought that looked kind of cool, like in some way. But it is a sad case, fatal car accident. We've heard from Josh, who sent us the phone, so we're all crossing our fingers to be able to read the chip so that Josh's friend's family can get some peace from just the closure and knowledge of what were those last texts and last pictures. I know that when we recovered the phone from an airline crash, that it happened, something like 18 months earlier. Just seeing that on the phone there were no panic messages was really, really profound for the family. And it wasn't even like there was a ton of data. There were a couple sweet videos. I mean, it was really great to be able to kind of pull somebody back from the grave and to have that's like their last time that they can really kind of say anything, that they can say something new, that's not something you've already heard them say or seen that video before, to kind of be able to have new content. A couple of short little videos of grandma and grandpa at the summer house were just You know, even though they were almost like accidental clips,
Right.
they were only a few seconds long.
It's saving the partition.
All right, saving the partition. So what does
So-
that mean? So is it possible that it's going to have nothing on it?
No, I already checked, and just random spots, memory addresses have data there. So
All right, so good news.
yeah.
So tell us about what are some recoveries that have been memorable for you?
What
What are you talking about? Or you don't remember any of them?
I mean, if I had time to sit and think about it, I could think of good ones, but I mean, they all blend in one to the other.
Here's what makes a recovery stand out. Like this one, it's being able to talk to the person, the family.
Yeah.
If we never talked to Josh and didn't know that this is Josh who we talked to, it's his friend, that accident, and getting whatever answers that come up here, to be able to call Josh back and say, especially because it's not him, it's him, he's a kind of a messenger for the family. To give Josh the gift of being able to go to that family and say, I have the closure that you seek. I can tell you what was the last text, the last, all of that kind of stuff is really, really profound.
What do you think about this? What's the morality of, let's say there was software where you could view use of the phone as a timeline and see what was done in what order at what times.
Yeah, you can do that.
Is that something that should be offered? Because that software is intended for court cases.
Are you saying as a part of delivery package of a data recovery, for a case like this, where you would say what we can deliver for you is parsing this data into a way that lets you kind of have a recreation of the last 24 hours of usage of the phone, or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, because that's what you want to know. And that takes work. Not everybody can figure out how to do it. That's what I would want to know. If one of my kids didn't make it home one day and I was able to get their phone and recover it, it would be of profound importance to me, not just to have this big pile of pictures, but to tell me where they were, at what time, the text, the pictures taken, the pages viewed in the history. Because there is software that does that.
That's the software I use has that function. I've just never used it because...
That's a great idea. Josh, tell us what you think. Let's see. I think that's pretty cool. Now here, what do you think about this morality? What if...
So I think in most cases that would not be...
Relevant. Who cares? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, because in most cases it would be like this. We went to the water park. We got a hot dog. And then I took my phone down Woolly's Mammoth, and that's the last picture on the phone.
Or it's I want to find out where my girlfriend was at yesterday. I stole her phone. She thinks she lost it.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
What about this? What about this sort of issue of morality? What if this was your phone here, and I'm reading the chip off of it, and Cecilia has asked me to recover the data for you. So let's magically assume that I'm able to do all this. So that happens. And I see on there that you have bought a Bitcoin and sent it to some girl named Jen. None of us know. You never mentioned her. I have no idea. That kind of stuff. You're no longer with us. You can't grant permission for Cecilia to be made aware of that transaction.
Well, that's the kind of morality aspect I was asking about in this case. That he can't give us permission to give someone else that window into the last 24 hours.
He says, Jen? Who the fuck is Jen, Mark? Oh, here comes Josh. I think that would be a great idea. The dad of the person who died is the kind of guy who would really appreciate that, but if not, it's okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's
That's
just
what you seek. I mean, in a case like this, I think that you could
Well, that's why it's a bit of a moral dilemma, because I would definitely want to provide parents with a window into the last 24 hours.
Right.
But you, by definition, have to do that without getting the person's permission.
Right.
So
we operate. I mean, if this was a scientific IRB board, hell no. but it's not.
Yeah.
This is already a rogue industry
mm-hmm.
that's full of made up rules.
Yeah.
Like Rehat CPU Bro. You know, I mean, I personally made up rule number 1.
Yeah.
Rule number 1: you don't have a board problem until you know you don't have a parts problem. Rule number 2: do whatever you want with people's data if they're dead. They're dead. They're not coming back. They don't, you know. But it is really tough because I remember with the particularly memorable plane crash phone that I recovered. It was
that's memorable.
It was memorable because the guy walked in here, and I can remember the whole story of it. I remember this guy walking in here. He's a local guy, and I see that the phone that he has is an iPhone, like old iPhone. So it looks like it's a 4S and it looks all rusty. And I remember thinking, God damn it!
The hell,
like,
that thing
spending
a couple of months in the bottom of the ocean?
Yeah, and I'm sitting here thinking, oh, geez, here comes a local guy who's gonna want this thing fixed. I'm gonna have to tell him we don't address water damage, blah blah blah, you know.
Yeah.
And instead, you know, he comes around and he's got this phone, Rust City, you know, and he sits down. We ended up staying here for hours, and he said that the story is that it was a local couple, fairly well known, and that they had died in a plane crash. So that phone had been 1 mile in the air, crashed, impacted the water 1 mile down into the bottom of the ocean, sat there for 9 months in salt water. And then the family hired some Swiss crew to dig up the plane.
So they brought the whole plane out?
Because they wanted to bury the deceased. And in that and that's a pretty tough, hey Mark, how much are you going to charge? Go find some kind of boat and a crane or something. I want you to go figure out 9 months ago a plane dropped around somewhere around here. Go down a mile deep and bring it back up. How about if I just said go down 10 feet deep and bring up a plane? That's really hard to do. So they did it, and they get the phone. And so this was 9 months prior to me seeing it. So then they send it to, the so-called legit data recovery places. They can't recover it. And then he sticks it in a drawer, and then he's local. He walks in here with, you guys look like you know what's going on. You got a lot of equipment. I'm gonna try and give it a shot. So then it was all chewed up, but it really wasn't an especially difficult recovery. It was fairly standard.
It was a good thing the other data recovery places turned them away.
Yeah, well, they didn't turn them away. They said we tried and we can't do it.
Oh, so they didn't. It wasn't like a previous repair fuckery.
It was shields off and cleaned or something, but then we can't figure out how to find shorts, so fuck it.
Okay.
Yeah, so then he ended up recovering. Then it had a passcode, and it was not a 4, it was a 4S.
Oh, yeah.
And so then I remember that it was you're going to need the passcode. And it's really tough when it gets to that situation. And so it was, it's a 4-digit passcode, and this is Grandma's phone. And I remember telling him, because now he's like my best friend, so I was like, go ask those grandkids, because grandkids play with Grandma's phone. Those are going to be the most likely people that are going to know the passcode.
Yeah.
Because grandmas are going to be like,
it's genius.
I'm shopping, playing with Grandma's phone. I mean, my kids probably know Grandma's passcode, So, so then they guessed it. So they guessed the passcode. So he gave us a bunch of lists to try, and it was the second one. So then you could see that, because the phone is waking up thinking, oh shit, I just crashed. Whoa. like a second ago. So it's not connected to anything. It's not connected to Wi-Fi. It's not connected to, so as far as that phone's concerned, you can look at the date. Like it was like, the emails and everything. It is that day that it crashed, which is wild. And then you could see what was happening in that moment. And what I would be concerned about as the family would be, are there unsent messages? Oh my God, tell Susie I love her, or anything like that. Nope. Last thing on there was, I think I forgot my red sweater at the house. So it's like this idea that of like, that is an incredible piece to think these people fell asleep. They were completely unaware, and everything in that phone kind of substantiated that.
Mm-hmm.
Plus there were cool videos, and it was fantastic. So never forget that recovery, because it was in person. The family came in for me to show them, the videos and stuff that was on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic, great recovery. But I can remember so the guy is the son-in-law. So he's not the son, he's not the husband, he's the son-in-law. So his wife is the daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And so he is just like realizing how it's kind of not cool, to be able to you could read every email in here. And what's not cool about it is, even though she's gone, the senders of those emails have an expectation of privacy. Like if I send you an email that says, God, Lewis is such a douche, then when you're dead and Cecilia's, reading those emails or whatever, when you're dead and Chris Long is recovering your phone, and he's like, look at all these emails from Jessica. Chris, oh my God, Lewis, I had no idea that Lewis looked at that. That's the thing that's sort of like, hey, I didn't agree to Chris Long reading my personal private communication mark. That kind of stuff. All right, what's going on with this?
That read is at like 70%. So.
Okay. All right. Let's see what.
All right. I guess give up on getting any beer tonight. It's past.
Oh, jeez.
Past closing
When
time.
I die, I'll have a timed release of all my dick pics to the iPad Rehab Forum. Just to be clear, Chris Long, if Mark dies, you're not allowed to read any kind of emails. I actually don't think have I ever even sent you an email?
What
was the last email I sent you? It is quite possible that I have never sent you an email.
I wonder if you have.
It's possible that I've never sent you an email. All right, read them all. Who cares? But it is tough. It's kind of...
Oh, God, yeah, no, I'll never be able to tell, because all I have is like 500,000 from Jessa Jones that there is a new post in forum.
There's a new post in the iPad Rehab Forum. Alright. Cryptocurrencies and mining, doing math, my actual electricity bill. This is what it costs in my country.
Okay, yeah, and then
basically free.
The rest of it is all forwards of requests for chip-off data recovery.
Oh, yeah, I have sent you some forwards. Can I answer this guy? All right.
Forwards from Grandma.
All right.
89%. We're almost there.
89%.
Now all we have to do is cross our fingers that they did not enable encryption intentionally.
Jessa has all of her Facebook messages making fun of me. I don't have any Facebook messages making fun of Chris. I don't think so.
No, Jessa always talks great about you no matter what I say to the contrary.
I like to think that I'm an equal opportunity shit talker. I'll talk shit about people all the time, but any shit that I would talk about person X, Y, or Z, I would totally say to their face, because I say really mean shit all the time. Like, you idiot, you do. Who could be so retarded? So it's not like it's a secret. There's none of, oh my God. It's like, oh my God. I have no.
Yeah, you don't wait to say it until the person's gone. You say it then, and then you say it when they're gone too.
Yeah. Oh, it's funny. You know, like with the students. You know, we're like, isn't this amazing? What a great story. So, that's what we learned there. Okay, now get the fuck out. And then start playing the get the fuck out song. All right, Mark has all the good shit talk. All right, where did you get that sweater from, Jessa? I think I got it from 1994.
Yeah, that looks like something that like the guy from Flight of the Conchords would wear.
Oh my God. Have you seen Jeff's Christmas sweaters?
No, does he
God.
have a collection of them?
Yes, he does. This is a shit
Does
Jeff
he have
bought.
the like knitted ones with the reindeers humping each other?
What he has, he's got one where Santa has a burning, like, crashed reindeer in the sled, and then Santa is at a campfire with a reindeer on a spit. That's one of them. And then another one, I think, that says Harambe loves Christmas or something like that. And then he's got this one that, it's kind of like, it looks normal until you kind of get up close, and it's a big picture of Santa kind of winking, and it says, "Ask your mom if Santa's real." Just like, where do you get this stuff? Like...
HorribleChristmasSweaters.com.
I don't know. I just want to know, like, what search terms did you type in that led to "ask your mom if Santa's real"? Just, oh my God.
All right, the read is done.
Okay, the read's done. So now what happens?
Now we load it up into Autopsy and start.
Okay, Alex has a link. Let's see. Well, let's get Jeff a birthday present. Sorry, this request is unprocessable. Stop trying to... Oh, God! Lewis's message. Oh! Fuck me. My wire cleared today. An RPX that I wanted to invest in, our Red Paws almost doubled. Fuck me. The one I bought yesterday. That sucks.
Did you tell him that you?
No, I haven't told him.
Yet?
No, and I'm not gonna now. No, that is.
No, then
sealed.
you'll never get your bitcoins back.
I never. No, there's no way that he would respond in any way other than, "Then I'm keeping your $300 worth of Bitcoin that you." Yes, exactly. All right.
Where's the housing for that? Oh, there it is.
All right, we'll bring it back over here so we can see the exciting conclusion.
Yeah, I don't need the reader plugged in anymore.
So what was it? What was giving you trouble?
It's that cable. I got to replace that cable because I wiggled it until like it did the correct detect, and then I just no more touching.
You got to get the Mojo cable.
Yeah.
All right. So what's happening now?
Now it is creating a new like case file, which then I will choose which ingest modules I want to run, which will kind of look at and process certain aspects of the data. And this
I want to point something out.
What?
We decided at 8 something to not do the underfilled Touch IC job because it would take too long.
Yeah, that's right. We did.
And that this was going to be that quick. We're just going to pop that chip off and read it.
Yeah, this is going to be super fast.
All right. Chris Long says, if it's encrypted, will it show up as a raw data partition? So what happens if it's encrypted?
If it's encrypted, and I know this because I've pulled a couple of eMMC encrypted just to verify that the chip is good, and then I put it back on the board and then start, that way I know that putting the work into fixing the board is worth doing it. And since it's a single layer chip, it's pretty straightforward to pull it off, read it, reball it, stick it back on. So what you'll see is, like in this, what we're about to show, it'll show a list of all the partitions. And if it's encrypted, you'll see that same list of all the partitions. And like you can go into system and look at the system files. You can go into like the recovery partition, look at all that. But if you click on user data, nothing. It'll have a user data partition that's labeled user data.
Does it actually produce like a middle finger?
No.
Does it play the "Get the Fuck Out of My House" song?
No.
No. I think those would all be the equal thing. How long do you think you'll stream for? I'm thinking of going and getting a burrito. We're pretty much done.
Yeah, I want to get.
We want to see
actually showing a little bit of
that. Yeah, that there's some stuff on here. All right. What I want to see is the timeline. Is it easy to do?
I've never done it before, so we're not doing that tonight. That's for sure.
Alrighty. So a couple of questions. Do you have any thoughts on the Rift box? Isn't the Rift box like one of those kind of like Z3X things?
I think so. My thoughts are I don't like those boxes.
Yes.
That's like it would be like if instead of hooking a hard drive up to your computer or a USB stick up to your computer, if instead of that you got a special box that you had to get special software to configure everything and then plug the USB stick into that box.
Well, not plug it in. Solder wires from the box to your USB stick in very tiny little special places in order to read your USB stick.
No thanks, I'll just plug it in.
Yeah, I totally agree.
So here we can see that's user data partition with all the folders. These are all the other partitions. If it was encrypted, you would still see all of these partitions. But when you try to expand user data, it wouldn't even have the option.
So you wouldn't know up until this point if this was encrypted.
Right.
It's a lot of work to be like.
Yeah, but on the S6s, I've never run into one that's encrypted.
Okay. And so if it was, you could reball that chip, put it back on the board, and then fix the board?
Yes.
All right. So how do you find like pictures?
Pictures are located in the media folder and then the 0 folder, and then that's actually, this is the directory, the media/media/0 is the directory that if I was to like browse the root directory on my phone as a user, that it's everything that I would be able to see.
Okay.
So anything out above that and outside of it, as a user, you don't have any access to. But because I've mounted it in this way, like I can go to get the like contacts and text message databases, which on a working phone you can't. You have no way to get to them unless you can root the phone. But then a lot of Samsungs you can't root, so that's a pain in the ass. But yeah, DCIM, we got camera, Facebook, graduation day, 2015 San Diego
trip. Go to
trip.
camera. What's the last picture on there?
It's taking its time loading because it's still processing the. I have it processing text message and contact databases in the background as soon as it's added. All right, let's see. What is...
Is that all ones and zeros and hexes?
Yeah. So let's sort by created time.
So sort the other way. That's 2012.
12. 16. 3/19.
2016.
Oh yeah, and that's actually not. Those can't. Yeah, those can't be read. They may be deleted.
Okay.
The last is
that's MP4.
Yeah, that's video. So here is the last image.
From what day?
2/24.
Okay. That's a little incriminating. What's the second to last?
That's just a Rastafarian sock.
I don't have any Rastafarian socks. Is that a trip?
It's a big moon.
Is there a way to see the location of that?
Yeah. Although not without.
So that's like 2 days earlier.
Extracting it and examining the EXIF data.
Right.
But yeah. So we have data. All I got to do now is copy it all off.
Pick a reasonable picture to show as, hey, stream, there's data.
Guinea pig.
Okay, guinea pig. Guinea pig it is. All right, so we were able to read the data and got the guinea pig picture. And so will you be able to read like the last text and stuff like that?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So that is great news for Josh. Josh, good day for you because you are going to be able to go knock on the family's door yourself personally and deliver some good news for them to have the closure that they seek and answer some questions and at least know, you know, there's nothing more personal than your phone, and to know what this guy, what his last day was like, or the last day he used the phone. And, you know, so it's, I think, a good outcome. So there we go. For you guys that missed it, we just recovered data from this tragic phone. Burned, water damage, fire. Just really tough one. So this phone now is recovered, and we are going to parse the data. And for Josh being a good sport, coming on, letting us call him up on stream and talk a little bit about this case, we will look into whether or not we can do that kind of construction of the last day. If that's something that we can, you know, put together. We haven't tried that before, but we'll give it a shot. And let's see, how was that phone damaged? That phone was damaged in a fatal collision with a pole, which we learned during the stream. We didn't know what was going on with it earlier on when we are suggesting things like microwave damage or fire and throw it in the pool. But it sounds like this phone, we can tell, caught on fire internally. The battery itself is all fused to the wireless charging, and it's the inside of the screen, not the outside of the screen, that is burned. So the phone probably had, I don't know, some kind of a puncture in the battery or something like that. So that's the deal with that.
And we learned that a burning battery doesn't get hot enough to kill a.
And we learned that you can put a on fire lithium-ion battery so close to the UFS chip that contains the data that solder balls pop out of the chip, and you can still read the chip. So so we're not, we have zero tolerance for all the "you're being too hot with the chip" comments on all of the other streams. And that is a wrap on this one, and we will see you guys next time.